What's going on, folks? Rick here. I'm back with another video, and I'm here to do a Spigen case review for you guys for the Galaxy Note 9. So I'm going to do one case review at a time for anyone that wants to know anything specific of each individual case. So without further ado, let's unbox this case. So right here on the box, just gonna let you guys know I purchased this off of Amazon for about $14.99, I believe. So it's a decent price for a case. This is Spigen's Ultra Hybrid case. So now the difference between the liquid crystal case, clear case, and an Ultra Hybrid clear case are two things. The liquid crystal case is just a floppy TPU case all around. This has a soft edge to it, but the back of the actual case is a harder plastic. So those are the fundamental differences between the liquid crystal and the Ultra Hybrid. I tend to like the Ultra Hybrid cases for myself, and I usually go with a clear Ultra Hybrid case for any device that I'm purchasing. I also, in the last two iterations, purchased the Ultra Hybrid case with the Kickstand, because obviously I like to watch a lot of videos and content. And I did try a pop socket. I know it's very trendy, but for me it was just very bulky. I do use magnetic car mounts in my car, and it seemed to be a little bit of an issue. So I decided to go back to just the standard old Kickstand that I've been using for some of my devices. So let's look at the back real quick. So this is a slim, stable mounting air cushion technology. So for you guys that might not know, Spigen has a patented air cushion technology, which means on all four corners of the actual case there are a little air chamber or a little bubble on all four corners to help with drop protection. Now, with that being said, when you're dropping the phone, most likely the phone is going to fall, because it's, you know, a lot of phones are top heavy or just heavy in general, and it'll fall down on its edge unless it's falling face first. So that air cushion technology helps with shock absorption and things of that nature, so it does help you protect your phone fairly well. So without further ado, let's get into this. All right, so see, we have some instructional booklet here. One thing that I did like about the Kickstand that they offer over here, that it's interchangeable. So if you are righty or lefty and like to watch your content either this way or, excuse me guys, or this way, you could actually plop out the entire Kickstand, because there is like 2 or 3 divots over here to hold it in place. So it's actually not glued in place like a lot of other manufacturers may have it. There's divots in here to hold it in place, so you could actually plop this out. You could change it with another Kickstand in case it breaks if you like, or you could actually have it open up from this side or from this side if that actually matters to you. Again, purchase this case for $14.99 on Amazon. It's a fairly good case for the money. Like I mentioned in one of my other case videos, a lot of people have questions about discoloration, yellowing, and things of that nature. Spigen has some company jargon that their cases do not yellow or discolor. That is actually false. It does happen, but it does not happen for quite some time. Maybe about 6 months in, you'll start noticing some discoloration. If you put it in your jeans a lot, you'll get some of the dyes from your jeans on the actual edges of the case. I never really noticed the back of the case getting discolored. It's mostly the edges here. So if you're concerned about that, you might want to pick up one of the cases that have like a color edge to it. For me, it's not a big deal, because for $14.99, if I have to buy a second case 6 months in and spend $30 overall on a phone, I think I've got my money's worth. When you go to a lot of company stores like T-Mobile or Verizon, they'll sell you their cases for an insane amount of money, for about $30, $40, $50 just for a single case. So if you have to buy 2 in the span of a year, I'm figuring you're getting your money's worth at $14.99. So without further ado, let's slap the case on. Okay, so one thing I noticed a little bit different from some of the liquid crystal case, you have this satisfying click when you actually slap the case in there, and that's partly due to the hard plastic towards the back. For me, I just feel it protects the device a little bit better. I have the best of both worlds. The side edges where I'm gripping is a soft gel type plastic or TPU, and the actual back is like a more sturdier, harder plastic. So I feel like it gives the phone a little bit more protection, and this most likely will be my daily driver of a case, obviously until I get bored of it. So let's do a quick hardware tour. On the left we have the volume rockers and your Bixby button. The buttons here on the case are very tactile, they press fairly easily. Over here on the bottom you have some company branding. Over here towards the bottom you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, your USB Type-C port, a microphone, speaker grill, and your S Pen cutout. These cutouts are fairly large. It's large enough to take out your S Pen without any issues, so that's a good thing. Cutouts all line up and match where they're supposed to, and again the cutout is large for your headphone jack. A lot of people have different style headphones, wired headphones, and the actual port or the plastic around the port may be a little bit thicker, so these cutouts are fairly big to support that, as well as the cutout for the USB Type-C charging port. Over here to the right you have your power button, and up here at the top you just have a cutout for a microphone. You do have your SIM and SD tray underneath, so if you want to get to that you would actually have to take the case off. Over here towards the back you have your cutout for your cameras and your sensors and your fingerprint sensor. One thing I like to mention is when I was rocking this phone with no case on it, it was very difficult for me to figure out where the fingerprint scanner was and whether or not I was actually touching the camera. And a lot of people are complaining that since this is such a big device, they should have moved the fingerprint sensor a little bit further down. I tend to agree with that. I do have bigger hands, so it's really not a huge deal for me. The issue that I was running into was just locating it. So with this case having this little bit of a slope over here, it makes it a lot easier for you to locate where the fingerprint sensor is and to push that actual sensor, because you're feeling for that slope and you know exactly where it's going to be. Also, last but not least, this phone does come with a kickstand. I find this to be very useful, especially with me having children. They like to use my phone and watch videos, and boom, you'll just plop it on there and there's your kickstand. So like I said, the kickstand is interchangeable. If you want to orientate it the other way so that your phone kind of plops out this way, you could do so. This is the standard issued way it comes in the box, which I don't mind. Your speaker, your volume from your speaker comes out this way, and obviously from the front earpiece as well. So that was my review of the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case with the kickstand. If you guys have any questions in the comments, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.